night, but I wanna have fun all night. I could've took this girl if I wanted, but I ain't into throwing dirty laundry in the public. I can always make something out of nothing, cause I know how it was when it wasn't. Falling ships and murder that she wrote. Combination, always drink and smoke. Apathy could help the way I roll, cause I'm selective on how much I show. Time will tell, don't show me what I know. Know you have to only go for broke. You look good but act just like a hoe. You look good but I really want nothing but a good time. I ain't here for the fuck shit, paying no mind. If you're trying to show me substance, bring it on mine. I really want nothing but a good time. I really can't stress this enough. I always gotta keep it at a buck. I rather have money than lust, but I'ma look twice if she got a big butt. I have a hard time with trust. Hard time love is a new fine drug. It's okay, I'ma fill my cup. It's okay, I'ma still turn up. Pull up, girl, to berry wine. You love the dancing, you love the fight. Pull up, girl, to berry wine. I love the dancing, I love the night. Pull up, girl, to berry wine. You love the dancing, you love the fight. Pull up, girl, to berry wine. I love the dancing. I really want nothing but a good time. I ain't here for the fuck shit, paying no mind. If you're trying to show me substance, bring it on mine. I really want nothing but a good time. Why don't you just pull up, girl, to berry wine. You love the dancing, you love the fight. Pull up, girl, to berry wine. I love the dancing, I love the night. Pull up, girl, to berry wine. You love the dancing, you love the fight. Pull up, girl, to berry wine. I love the dancing, I love the night.
Oh, my glasses don't fall off. They're broken. Can I go? Oh. Welcome to a brand new episode of Butterfly Black Cat. I'm your host, Emily, along with Truth and Jeff. This has been an amazing week. I wanted to have a fun-filled episode due to the death of DMX, and I feel like black people are mourning at this point. So I wanted to be sensitive, but there's too much going on to do that, so we're not. Today, I went to go get my son brand new sneakers because his feet grew, and he kept talking about how much pain he was in. I kept asking him about his sneakers, and finally I said, you know what, let's just go to the store because you want some ish. And he got his new Jordans, I guess, whatever, and I don't know what they are.
Okay.
I just said, can you just find his size and just whatever he wants. But they were on sale, so I didn't spend a lot of money like I thought it was.
Okay.
Win for me.
Good.
Then as we came out, I saw a beauty supply store. I said, oh, let me go in here real quick, right? Walk in. Somebody said hi, so I'm looking because I felt like the person was on my neck. I'm like, well, who the heck said hi? Because the way the store is set up, it could have been from any direction.
Mm-hmm.
I see the counter, but I didn't think that was like the real counter.
Okay.
Until this lady popped her head out. I said, oh, hi. And then I looked and I said, you know what? I'm not ready yet. So I got my son and we bounced. That's because the owner was Asian, and I thought about it. And I was like, here we have the Stop Asian Hate. But then we also have on another side how Asians are taking over black communities, and how, you know, in a black community, they'll open up shop, take our money. But we don't open up our shops in their communities. I mean, we don't own anything. Every hair salon, or not hair salon, every beauty supply store, every nail shop in a black community is owned by who? Asian. So I felt some type of way. I was like, if I'm going to spend my money, I'm going to spend my money in a black-owned store. That's just it. I'm not going to give my money to the Asians. Just like I'm not going to visit AMC theaters anymore. I have a gift card, but I'm saying I didn't spend money on that. So technically, if I do use it, It's not my money that I spent, but I don't want to set foot in there because they're owned by China. That's just my opinion. But then, thinking about that, I was reminded of the front cover of the Daily News, right? Where it says the prince and the rapper. Beloved Royal is gone at age 99 because he died. And it was funny because, not death, but it was funny because somebody said, did he sneeze? Took me out. I was like, you know what? We're so simple, people. It was a joke. Well. Calm down. 99. And then on the other side, under the rapper, it says brilliant but troubled musician dies at 50. That made me realize, or not really realize, just be reminded that this is what they think of us as black people, right? The prince, 99. What did he contribute to society? And then the rapper, 50, dies of a heart attack, but you want to talk about his troubled past, and then you want to post stuff about him losing homes. Okay, we're going to talk about a prince who was never going to be king. And then we're going to talk about, but you don't mention that he was never going to be king. Okay, but you're going to talk about the rapper, the black man, because he had issues. What do the issues have to do with his accomplishments? I thought y'all was going to talk about the 9-time Grammy. I don't know how many Grammys he got, but, talk about his accolades. You want to talk about the bad stuff? That's just like if Toni Braxton passed away, you're going to talk about her bankruptcy filings. What does that have to do? Who cares about that? But that's what they do to us, right? Either we're good or bad. They just want to highlight the bad. Just like if, like with George Floyd, he died, but they want to talk about his past drug use and his trouble with the law. We don't want to highlight nothing else. We just want to talk about how bad a person is. That's what they see with black people. But you know what? I keep talking about black people, and I forgot that was the agenda for 2020's election. Right now, it's all about the Asians. So let me not talk about black people anymore, because right now it's all about the Asians, because the Democrats got our vote. Now they're working on the Asians and your immigrants. Okay, so we'll move on. So more children have died in Chicago in the last few weeks, and VP Harris went to Chicago last week to discuss infrastructure. So remember when Trump was running for president?
Yes.
And he happened to take a stab at Chicago because he said there's a problem with Chicago.
Yes, he did.
And there's still a problem with Chicago. And how we have all of Black America. Damn it, did I do it again? I'm talking about black people? Okay. Sorry, I promise you I'm not going to talk about black people after this because it's all about the Asians, okay? Because that's the next group that needs to be conformed. What is it? Conformed over to the Democrats so they can secure that vote.
Yes.
But real quick, you have black people in Chicago being terrorized by other people in Chicago with guns and all this other stuff, violence. Kids don't live past the age of 5, or they don't live to the age of 10. But the VP goes there to talk about infrastructure. So what did your black vote cost you? What are we getting out of voting for Biden and Harris?
Roads.
Oh, roads?
Infrastructure. I mean, yeah.
Oh, but Harris, come over to Newark because, I was driving around the city, and besides all the fires that are happening in the city of Newark, there's like a lot of problem with the roads too. Like a lot of bumps, a lot of holes. You got small, you got big, and some of them are real deep. Okay? You want to talk about infrastructure? Yeah. I mean, hop on over to Newark. What happened to the border crisis? You know what? Never mind. It's not a crisis. I forgot. Y'all have that under control. You're treating people with dignity, okay? You're not turning away children. That's just the same as, yes, keep bringing the children because we're not going to turn them away. But I digress. It's got nothing to do with black people. It's all about the Asians and the migrants, okay? So in other words, forget about Chicago. Who cares? They've forgotten about Chicago for the last how many years?
30 plus.
And it'll be another 30 plus before anybody decides to give a rat's behind about Chicago. So Chicago, good luck. If y'all want a revolution, y'all gonna have to fight for it for yourselves because don't nobody care about y'all. So Asian hate is on the rise. all of a sudden. I mean, it was some Asian hate. There was probably hate in every place you go, right? Because just about everybody's racist at some point. So, but Asian hate is on the rise, okay? So the Biden-Harris administration has combat to get that under control, right? So I hear something about some form of reparations. Did you hear that?
For Asians?
But black people. Remember when I said what was going to happen under Biden? I said year 1 was going to be about what? The LGBTQ plus.
Yeah.
Year 2 was going to be about immigrants, 100%. But they're trying to merge the two, so maybe something's coming in down the pipeline for year 2. Year 3 is going to be about re-election because remember, he did say, or maybe year 2 is going to be about packing the courts.
Could have been. Yeah. He has to get rid of that.
Okay,
Trump.
so year 3 is going to be about re-election because he did say he was going to run for re-election. And then year 4 is just all about, again, saying to black people, he'll probably tap certain people or tap certain departments and say, okay, we need to up the ante on the black hate crimes because I need their votes and I want to make sure I secure their votes. So black people will be targeted again year 4 just to make sure he solidifies that vote. But then black people, because we have other celebrities who ride hard for the Democrats, they're going to tell you that your vote matters. Your vote always matters, okay? Make sure you get out there and vote. We need to register people to vote. Like you didn't register a whole bunch of people the last time. Who else ain't vote? How many people you got to vote? Well, it's 4 years later, so you have more people to register. So you want to make sure they all register for the Democrat Party. Because by that time, there'll only be one party because, as according to Biden, there isn't going to be a Republican Party. So now we're kind of like a communist country then, right? One party, one rule, one law. But what were we black people supposed to get, though? I'm just curious because I'm black and I'm just wondering what we were supposed to get. Are we supposed to get something? Are we not supposed to get something? Do y'all know what we were supposed to get?
Land.
Oh, land. That's it?
Well,
Land where? I mean, am I going to get that lot over there?
was it 40 years? 40?
No. Do I get that lot right there next to the building over here? There's like a lot. What a for sale sign. Can I get that lot? Is that what I get? No, okay. You can find out. Okay. Speaking of black crimes, black hate, I hate to bring this up again, but it's not about black people, but just follow me here. A video surfaced about a lieutenant in the armed forces who was pepper sprayed and forced onto the ground by white cops last December. And everybody's mad about this. In the video, his hands are up in his truck. You hear the officer saying, get out the car, get out the car. But you hear a whole lot of back and forth banter. A whole lot of back and forth. Now, to some people, and I already know this is what's going to happen, some former cops, like the Officer Tatum, will say, all you have to do is just listen to the cop. And if the cop tells you to do something, just do it. There's no need for you to go back and forth with the conversation because it's not making the situation any better. Just do what he said. He said to you to get out the car. You over here still talking. Just get out the damn car. That's it. Okay, they pepper sprayed him. I'm still on the whole pepper spray part because I don't see how he was a threat. And I'm not, unless if they felt like he was going to drive off. I don't know how he was going to drive off because his hands were up and out the car. But hey, I'm missing the beginning part of the video. You know that part they didn't show? Where the cops pulled him over and then they walked up and actually explained why they pulled him over. Well, actually, was he pulled over or was he at a gas station? It's very, very fuzzy, but everybody's upset. Okay? But here's the thing. We don't have all the facts. We can't always get upset about something if we don't have all the facts. Before I get angry, I need to see the whole entire video, not the video that you want to show. I need to see the whole entire video to understand why this man kept asking, what did he do? What are you charging him with? What is going on? I need to know what was said, officers. Because then we have a problem if he didn't do anything and you were just abusing your power, right? But then, hasn't that happened before? Jeff? That has happened before, right?
All the time. Yep.
Biden, is this like deja vu? Because remember, under the Obama Biden administration, a lot of black men had issues with law enforcement. This is kind of like deja vu for you, right? Do you care, sir? Or is your mind focused on Asian hate? My bad. I brought up black people. You got their votes. You don't need to worry about them right now. You even talked about, doing something to combat racism, but then you signed a bill, or what is it called? Executive order for Asians.
Order, yes.
You must have knew something was coming down the pipeline for Asians, right? That's why you put us to the side. Just asking, because like minds want to know.
Do you know they have task force in the city now for them in the past 2 weeks for these things? Did you? I don't know.
For
I didn't
who?
see they were doing this for Asian crimes.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? I heard you. Your lips were
Seriously?
moving, but ain't nothing. I mean, I didn't hear all that.
They have task force for Asian crimes now within the past 2 weeks that were recently made in the big cities.
They have task forces, plural.
Yes, yeah, it's plural because it's multiple cities. Yes.
Okay. For the Asian hate crimes.
Yeah. Like we see the ones in New York City because that's our closest, biggest city. But then like they have it in Chicago, Illinois have their own, and Vegas has their own, and South Vegas and all this stuff. Yeah.
Thank you, honey. It's like, thank you. Okay. So black people, do we have a task force? Were they trying to set up a task force to help us out?
We have the general, just
What's the
anti-hate,
general?
the regular anti-hate crimes task force. There is a hate crimes, but then in it now they have a subdivision, so they have their own.
Why would the Asians need a subdivision of the hate crimes?
Because it's just specific for Asians. Yeah. Well, that too. You
But
had
if
it
you already
definitely.
have a hate crimes department, why would you need a sub for Asians? Ain't that racism at its finest? Why they get a subdivision?
Need segregation at its finest, but yeah, I get it.
Why do they get a separate subdivision?
Because they're on the rise now. That's it.
Oh.
And I use air quotes.
Oh, they're
If
on
you
the
read
rise.
the media, yes, they're on the rise.
Oh. Well, I guess if you know what? Let us, because we don't want to get shut down for misinformation. I mean, you could look all this stuff up, but I would question why they would get a subdivision of a hate department because of the fact that it should encompass everybody, not just some.
Right. A hate crime is a hate crime. Right.
That's what I thought, but let us know. Things changed we don't know about. Anyway, well, then again, and that makes sense. A moment of truth. I need to know what y'all want to talk about first. Do you want to talk about New York giving money to illegals, or do you want to talk about Black Lives Matter? I need to know when I should turn up.
You gonna go on both. So I really don't know why. You want a segue?
Okay, Black Lives Matter. We're going to turn up. I try to keep it civil, but y'all want to play with me.
Go ahead.
And I had the common sense to go and follow some folks on Instagram just to see what was being said. And guess what? Somebody's upset. I wonder why. Well, they raised $9 billion. And, we've been asking, where did this money go? You see, what's her name?
Which one?
The one that's not
That's
Black
a lot
Lives
of them.
Matter, but she's the leader.
Sanders, the ballhead one?
No. What the heck is her name?
Who?
She led the women's rights movements.
The woman's right. Oh,
Tamika.
Tamika, yes.
Sorry.
She's selling
Girl.
Cadillacs.
Huh?
She's selling Cadillacs.
You
That's
jumping
what-
ahead, damn it.
I just what you should have said.
Tamika Mallory,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Sorry, I don't know why her name, because I'm thinking of the other woman. That's why
Gotcha.
it slipped. But Tamika Mallory. Now, she out here selling Cadillacs for the people. She out here going, showing up at awards with an entourage, staying in nice, sweet hotels that the celebrities stay in. I didn't listen. If I knew activism paid like that, I'd have been on the front lines a long time ago. However, you don't see me marching because I don't like crowds. I'm kind of claustrophobic, so I don't like my space. I don't like that. I don't feel comfortable. It's a problem for me. I can support you from a distance. I can support you if you're in a crowd over there and I'm on stage, but you're not next to me. I can support you.
Yo, what you
Like,
doing?
y'all can't be in my space.
You gonna phone it in?
I'm gonna phone it in.
Put me on speaker.
I just don't. Like, my friend invited me to one of the marches, and I'm like, I don't like people like that. I just don't. I feel some type of way. I feel like all the air is being sucked out. I feel like I'm about to have a panic attack. I need space. I need to be able to breathe. So when there's a lot of people gathered in one area, even at clubs, I don't really do well in clubs. Like, I had to go someplace where I
was
can
about
breathe.
to say, you wouldn't live in a club.
No,
you
it's
couldn't even do it.
really a problem for me. Like, I'm like, you guys, we're too close. Stop. I don't even know you. You know what I mean? But Tamika, she's out here selling Cadillacs, right? So they raised $90 million. Sorry.
Yes.
Where did this money go? Well, you have to pay, don't you? Your frontline people. Well, one of the frontline people bought a new crib.
Would you like to say their name?
That's what Alyssa said. She said, "Did you see the house?"
First of all, everybody's homes in every part of in each state looks different. Like, to me, I wasn't really fascinated with this home.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I felt some type of way anyway, because I was like, well, what is this? I thought it was ugly, especially for the amount. But then there are homes in Queens, New York, that's like over $1 million too,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
even when I see that, I'm like, how? But it is what it is. So.
Location. But that's all. It's just
Oh,
location.
it's location?
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
it.
You don't
Yeah.
have to deal with crack vials
Yep.
and stuff like that.
You'll pay top dollar.
You'll pay top dollar.
Oh.
They turn it
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, well, there's three co-founders of the Black Lives Matter movement. Patrice Cullors.
Okay.
She will have you know that she's 37 years old and an artist. She's an organizer, freedom fighter, and she's also a lesbian. Why, Emily, are you saying that she's a lesbian? Because almost everybody that is a lesbian has to tell you that they're a lesbian.
Oh, Lord.
Am I lying? I'm not being disrespectful because that's what they do, as if I cared that you sleep with women.
I got my master's in English and I'm gay. Like, okay.
I don't understand that. And that's something that we really need to have a conversation about, because I don't understand you telling me that you're gay, what that has to do with my life. What does that have to do with us having a conversation?
Maybe they want to throw it out to see if you're in that same club with them.
No,
You know,
I
it's
don't
like,
like.
I'm
Are
a
you
Delta,
picking me up?
You know what I'm
Like,
saying? Like,
no, that doesn't even make
yeah,
any sense.
Yeah, word up. It's like that. You know, like you never had the sororities. Yo, AKA, and like you throw it out, like you throw it back. So like, yo, I'm gay, and you throw it back. I guess.
Clearly, you can see I'm not gay, so I don't even.
Not you, but anybody else who would. You never know.
Anyways, so everybody's eyeing the fact that she purchased a $1.4 million Los Angeles home in a largely white district.
Say that price again.
A largely white district.
No. Say the price. The
1.4 million.
And she's just an artist who happens to be gay. It was.
She's also a self-professed trained Marxist.
Oh, okay, I get it.
They raised $90 million. Now, black people in your communities, has any of that money, do you know, have gone to your communities where it can help build up your communities, get these guns off the streets, helping our young brothers and sisters from killing each other, help to better our communities? No. Half of the money, not even half, some of the money went to go help this lady, because I'm willing to bet if you look at her bank account, she ain't had no millions of dollars, okay? But now she got the millions because you gave her the money. Thank you for your service. Thank you for alarming the black folks and getting them in line. We'll take it from here. Now, instead of just sitting down someplace, be quiet, and wait till it passes over, no. You wanted to go and buy your $1 million house. and think nobody would notice. But they did. They're watching. I'm looking at the house. I wouldn't live here.
Does it say the name of the town?
I don't really care where the name of the town is. I'm telling you that she took the money. Like it says, $90 million in donations from 2020. They don't know how she's paid by the organization because the finances are opaque. That's a red flag. But don't believe me. I mean, believe others. What do we know? But like the person that I am, I decided I was going to go to her Instagram page because I'm thinking people are talking about you, so you might want to say something, right?
I hope not.
She did. I don't care if she noticed that I screenshot everything she said. I did it with a smile on my face. Ready?
Go ahead.
And action. Everyone watched the right discredit, humiliate, and publicly shame Black women leaders all last year. Many folks participated in it. Now it's rearing its ugly head, and my life is at stake. Hold up, your life is at stake. Why? Because we done talking about you in this $1 million house. How is your life at stake? Somebody threatening you? Ain't nobody threatening you. People don't even really know you still. Okay? I've never seen you on the front lines of nothing. I watch a lot of TV. I've seen Tamika Mallory. I didn't know you was a co-founder until I went to your website, the Black Lives Matter movement, and I saw you and two other chicks and how y'all professed how y'all was for the LGBTQ, and I was still waiting to figure out what this had to do for Black people. Okay? And then how y'all was trying to remove our Black men from the home. But we're not going to talk about that because y'all removed that from the website. We pay attention. A lot of people saw that. So let me ask you this. Why did you remove it from the website? All right, so now your life is at stake. Action. Shame on all of you. Shame on us. The heck you mean shame on us? Shame on us for what? If I raised $90 million, first of all, I would have done cartwheels. I would put my people together. Okay, that's second. Third, we would have had a plan for that money. All right, now we can talk. We can do something. This is a lot of money. Now what we going to do? Okay? How do we divide it from here? How do we divide it from there? How we divide this money? What we going to do? Right? Isn't that what we would have that conversation on how we're going to help our brothers and sisters? What can we do? Bring in the moms of the slain Black men. Bring in other folks in from the community to have that roundtable discussion. Openly tell them, yes, we raised $90 million. But how do we get this started? Like, what do we really do? Isn't that what we talk about? Oh, but shame on us, right? Every single one of you. First of all, I don't know you like that, okay? But since you're going on this little rant, let's continue because you have more to say.
Okay.
They sowed seeds of distrust. Distrust? They sow seeds? Chick, you the one who bought that $1.4 million house. I don't trust you. Amplified the age-old stereotype of not trusting Black people, especially women with money. Okay, so where'd you get the money from? Just ask a question. You on a defense, sweetheart. You were on a defense.
Okay.
They created a narrative that I am not to be trusted. Who created that narrative? The other two sat down someplace. You the only one buying this $1.4 million. I'm pretty sure somebody called you up behind and had that conversation and told you you were supposed to sit down. You wasn't supposed to be buying nothing yet. Okay? And you all not only fell for it, you bought it. You bought into it. You amplified it. If the paperwork says you bought 1.4, how do we amplify that? No,
I'll wait my turn. Go ahead.
Okay, she kept going. There was more.
Yeah.
I told you when I screenshot this, I smiled. I've given my whole entire ass life to this country. You're 37, so I can't say you're giving your whole entire ass life. First of all, not everybody eats butt, so I wouldn't say ass
God.
life,
Oh my
but I don't think you gave your whole entire life to this country. You did start off as an artist, right? So I would say when you started Black Lives Matter organization is when you started caring, but you didn't really care about the movement itself. It was more about helping your LGBTQ brothers and sisters, right? Okay. I've given my whole entire ass life to this country, city, and county to make it better for black people. How is it better for black people? Oh, we don't know? Okay. Including me.
Okay.
When I say Black Lives Matter, I also mean me. I get to also matter. I get to fight for my health and happiness and joy as well.
Okay.
And for those of you saying I need to be accountable, duh. We all need to be accountable. Every single one of us. Principled accountability is such a healthy part of our life and our movement. But this ain't it. This is not accountable. This is not. This is carceral punishment bullshit. Jeff. NC.
Good reading, by the way. I like that. I liked it.
A little more emphasis into it.
Yeah, nah, it was good enough. She covered
Did you want me
her
to put the
butt.
mole on the top of my head right here?
Oh Lord.
Next time, I'm
Oh,
gonna
my
try and be
Lord.
in character. Go ahead.
Oh my Lord. She covered her butt. Not only do Black Lives Matter, my lives matter. So I need to take care of myself.
With a $1.4
Selfish-
million house. Okay.
You're right. Now hold up. It's a nonprofit. Nonprofits have to clear. I'm just giving you a general consensus to zero at the end of the year. Anything else, it will be taxed at a high rate because it will be counted as profit. Meaning, you said 90 million. That's with an M, not a B. 90 million. Usually when you put together something like that and you're going to ask for donations, you know how you're going to spend the money. I'm going to give it to my black brothers and sisters, or I'm going to give it to my LGBTQ brothers and sisters. I know the money's going to be spent so I can cover my butt when I go buy me a $1.4 million house, and the other two co-founders haven't done it. One co-founder, everybody clowned her because she went out and used her celebrity to get a job, and so Cadillacs and stuff. I can't get mad at her. At least she can prove I'm getting outside money to buy my $1.4 million house. I don't know where you getting your money from. Who knows this? But she covered herself. And you gotta play to zero. It's a nonprofit. So she could, if she did not give the money back to the people, which I feel she should have. I'm with you on that. I'm with you.
You raise the funds. People were donating after everything
It's
going
a donation, but you gotta spend it.
People were donating to Black Lives Matter, not to Patrice Khan colors. But okay, she lives in Topanga Canyon in Los Angeles.
That's a nice county. That's a
Christmas.
real nice area.
Wow, 88% white and 1.8% black. So, what?
So she now, she's smart, but I will say she did affect the black people in that area.
In that area.
In that area,
The
I don't
ones
know
that are
anybody
already
else.
rich.
Yeah, everybody else, you're getting killed, but I can't say anything else. Go ahead, Truth. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you're good. I've been saying it for years, and hopefully sooner or later you guys start listening to us. I know I'm not Jeff, so y'all listen to him and not me. We've learned from Katrina about donating money to organizations.
Right.
Let's just say that.
Yes, we learned.
We've learned from day one when the Red Cross
Yeah.
took that Katrina money and bought Mercedes-Benz trucks because that's what Louisiana needed. And the fact that they held on to other dollars waiting for new people showing up that have issues and problems. The Ninth Ward is still in shambles to this day. To this day.
Right.
Again, we also let you know. I also let you. I don't want to put y'all in this because I hate these organizations that are non-profit. This is another scam of church. If you ask me, there is no such thing as a non-profit organization because the person who is running the non-profit organization is making six figures.
Nice 6 figures.
So if you're making six figures And all that money that comes in, first you have to pay the employees, and whatever's left, that's what you donate to the other organization. So these people are going to get paid first. So if you have 90 million, obviously she got a nice little bonus. She got a nice little cut.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And she bought herself a house. And unfortunately, she did it at the wrong time, the wrong place, or she let the wrong person know. And what I need you people to start doing is hiring publicists that would tell y'all, slap the hell out your hand, take your phones from you, tell you shut up.
Yeah.
Because that's what they get paid to do. Do like Wyclef did. When Haiti got hit, he got a plane from Jay-Z. He loaded that plane up with water and food, and he flew it there. Stop letting someone else donate the money because you don't have time to do it. Tour situations in places like this.
Yeah.
These people are going to take care of themselves. And all this pro-black this and pro-black that, I always like to throw this in your face also because I'm an asshole. Sorry. All right? The one person who was running the NAACP the right way was white. I'm going to leave it at that.
Can we really blame her for taking a play out of
No.
the regular,
No.
She also
people's book?
signed a multi-platinum. I'm sorry, a
I was like,
multi-platform deal with Warner Brothers in October.
to sell the rights of the story. I mean, yeah.
See, this is
Now,
why
okay, now hold on.
Yeah.
That explains the house.
Nah. That's
No,
a cover-up.
it
Yes,
was
it does.
October. It was
That's the
October. You
cover-up
can tell me
for
she
We
got
were
her
still in
money already?
2020. Yeah. When did she buy the house?
She bought the house recently.
That's what I'm saying. There you go. When you cut those deals, they cut you that check. You win for 30 mil? Boom. 30 mil. Here you go. See you later. All right. Give me the rights. We'll see you to pick up.
Okay.
You good.
So,
I'm just saying.
as a researcher, I went and decided to check on the other women of the Black Lives Matter co-founders. And this other lady, Opal, I guess that's her name.
Yes.
She is collaborating with the Good Smart to bring you some incredible snacks.
Okay.
Great activism. That's what she's doing. Then she also mentioned Breonna Taylor celebrating her life. She says back in March, 1 year ago today, Breonna Taylor's life was taken by the Louisville police as she slept in her bed. Now, when they found Breonna Taylor, they found her in her bed?
No, and we went over this. No, they did not.
So I'm trying to understand this, because we keep repeating the narrative of she was sleeping in her bed. She was not sleeping in her bed, because if she was sleeping in her bed, that means that the officers would have had to walk into the house, all the way down the hall, into her bedroom, and actually lay out the gunfire while she was in her bed. She was found in the hallway, which means that she got out of her bed, went into the hallway. Remember, her cowardly boyfriend went back into the room and just left her there, right? So you, Miss Thing, saying that she was asleep in her bed, stop with that narrative because that is incorrect. She was not asleep in her bed. But go ahead until somebody finally officially comes out and says, stop saying that she was asleep in the bed. She wasn't asleep in the bed. But then I started looking at the Black Lives Matter Instagram page.
Okay.
International Transgender Day of Visibility, March 31st. Black Lives Matter. My bad. I said it wrong. Black Trans Lives Matter. We need more. We need more than trans visibility. We need a basic reaffirmation of a right to life. It says white supremacy is not only seeking the erasure of trans communities, specifically black trans folks. Now it is engaging in an outright attack. This week, which was that March 31st week, Arkansas banned health care for trans youth. White supremacy is telling our trans communities that they do not matter. Really? Okay. I thought they do matter. They say The new law prohibits doctors from providing gender-confirming hormone therapy, puberty blockers, or gender confirmation surgeries, or from referring patients to other healthcare providers. The House Bill 1570, which limits access to certain treatments for youth younger than 18 years old. I'm sorry, what did I miss? Because to me, it seems like they're doing the right thing by saying, no, you're not going to gender reassign or stop somebody's puberty before they hit the age of 18. Let them go through it naturally. And if this is what they want, why are you preventing them from discovering who they actually are before they even get there? That's the big debate here. We're saying that a 5-year-old knows that a 5-year-old boy knows that he's a girl. Can't vote, can't smoke, can't do nothing an adult can do, but knows that he doesn't want his penis, and his penis hasn't even grown. His penis is nothing yet. Okay? It's not even a pinky. It's the nail. Okay? Don't even know how to wipe his own butt. But a little kid can tell you that they know if they're a boy or a girl. And you think that this is white supremacy? I'm sorry. There are whites, there are blacks. There's a whole lot of different types of people who don't like this at all. Because along with you all saying that they can change their genders, you're removing the actual parents out of the conversation. So, Jeff, you have a son. Mm-hmm. He decides at the age of 10, I'm not a boy, I'm a girl. And I want to get boobies.
Okay.
And you're like, wait, what happened? So you're like, no. You can't tell me no. I can do whatever I want. And sure enough, yes, he can. He can go to the doctor. You take him to the doctor because he can't drive yet. But you can take him to the doctor, but you can't offer to have your 2 cents and say, well, my son just yesterday was a boy, and now all of a sudden he just, like, out of the blue says he's a girl.
Right.
But when kids grow up, especially boys, they also want to be pirates. They also think they're Peter Pan. They also think that they're dinosaurs. They also think they can fly like Superman. They have a lot of personalities. They're also very emotional. Okay? They cry over everything. They cry over sugar. You know what I mean? Okay? They get into fights. They do boy things. They're dirty. They're smelly. And they like laying in their own funk sometimes. But, hey, they leave mommy to do everything. Mommy, you wash this. Mommy, you do that. Daddy, you do this. Daddy, you do that. Let's throw the ball around. I don't want to. It hurts. At the tender age of 5. And then when they get older, they're the ones throwing the hardest. But trans community. I got to be politically correct. Black trans lives matter. Because it's only the black people that are doing this, okay? Because now we're the targets of trans lives. There ain't nobody else doing this but us. When did this start? When did black people, and this is a real question, I'm not even trying to be funny, educate me. Like the late Sharon Osbourne of The Talk said, educate me. I say she's not dead. I say she's late because she's no longer on The Talk. So it's kind of like they cut her out. She's dead. You know what I mean? So educate me. When did black people start getting into this whole trans thing?
What do you mean start getting into?
When did we learn to become trans? Is this a learned behavior?
That's a good question. Some people think it isn't.
All right, so it's households. Everyone's situation is different. Just because we're black doesn't mean we grew up in the same circumstances. Right. 1 parent, 2 parents. And normally when kids grow up, it's always all boys. You know, it's always all girls. You're not sure what's going on with your body. You're too young to comprehend. You know you're hungry. You got kids have to be trained to go to the bathroom. Going on yourself is not the proper thing to do. You need to go someplace else and wipe your behind properly. So it's all about teaching and fundamental and the way it's raised up. But again, this society has to take the heat or pressure off all the chaos that is going on by introducing all this other stuff. So if there's only one form, there's only one way to make a chicken that's fried. So now we have to learn how to saute it. Now we have to know how to smoke it. And you have to introduce all these other things to take pressure off the chaos that's going on out there.
So don't get mad at me for asking this question. I'm probably not the only person to ask.
Good.
But again, educate me. Are there any signs dating back to the Africans? The Africans. I'm trying to figure out how to ask this question.
Pre-slavery.
Pre-slavery. Are there any signs dating back to pre-slavery where Africans were caught up in homosexual acts or transgender type of situations?
Some historians will tell you yes. I wasn't alive, so I don't know, but yes,
That's
some
why I say
people
Alexander
they have
was.
it. Yeah, they have that. Oh, in every civilization.
In every
civ-
civilization.
It was
Yeah.
more fluid. You did this, you did
Yeah.
this. It was no judgment.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it is now.
Yeah.
And
That's
to
why-
me, there is no judgment either. Like you like what you like. It is what it is. There's no argument there. The only in my book that I start to have issues and problems is when you want me to start lying to myself. That's where I have a problem with. If you can go and have whatever change you want. You can call yourself whatever you want.
Okay.
I understand that. That
Okay.
is you. But to tell me I have to call you something when I knew you were born something else, or to say that I'm going to allow this person to, like you brought up, Butterfly, to go in the bathroom with my child, hell no. Why
Yeah,
you-
but it's
like,
not
if
up to
you
you no more.
If you create an out for these pedophiles, they're gonna take it. Look at Jared, surrounded by kids. Look what happened there. Look what's happening in the Catholic Church. Look what's happened. These gazillion-dollar doctors running off to Philippines and India, sleeping with these 2-year-olds.
Well, that's
You
what
know
they
what I mean?
want. They want to legalize it. So they want to make it okay. So if they can get your children, then hey, it's okay. If you could say that a 50-year-old man is still has the mindset of a child, then it's okay that he's in love with a 13-year-old and he wants to make love to a 13-year-old and that 13-year-old doesn't even know anything about sex yet. It's perfectly all right. Don't worry about it.
It's the
Yes.
control. It's the control, unfortunately.
So with Arkansas, North Carolina. North Carolina introduced Senate Bill 514, which would prevent medical professionals from providing practices and healthcare services to transgender youth younger than 21 years old. It also defines the sex of a person as genetically encoded into a person at the moment of conception, and it cannot be changed.
Okay.
Which a lot of people, especially the left, loves to say, trust science. Well, science says there's only two sexes, a male and a female. It's what you were born with. I mean, you can't change that. Now, if you feel like you're in the wrong body,
What's good, Susan?
then are we saying that the chromosomes can mutate?
Possible, but then
So
we
you
would
have
see
an XX and an XY. Can the XY become an XX? And can your XX become an XY?
Don't start that because women be putting themselves on child support.
If we're going genderless, are we no longer having gender, what is it called? Gender reveal parties? Is that, should that be banned?
Oh no, because we still have genders. You just could swap your gender.
Well, see,
that's what they
the whole
want.
thing that they-
I just
they-
want to swap one day.
they
If
think
I
you're
feel it.
attacking them, though.
Yeah.
When you have to, no, we're not attacking you. You are what you want to are. I'm not arguing that, but don't ask me to believe something that I don't believe in.
Okay, well, you believe in this?
I'm white. If anybody calls me anything other than white, I'm gonna sue. Like if you can literally change your sex, I should be able to change my ethnicity.
Okay.
Well, yeah, go ahead. Finish your thing.
So in New York, they have allotted for $2.1 billion fund for undocumented immigrants.
Damn.
The fund will allow many of those workers to qualify for $15,000 from the states. These are workers who have been excluded from unemployment benefits and stimulus funds during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So does this allow them, if they receive 15,000, does this mean that 15,000 is good enough for them to actually become documented?
Last I checked, the price was somewhere around, if you have been here for a bunch of years and you needed to go through the whole thing, court documents and like research and stuff, it would cost you somewhere around 7 to 10. Let's call it 10.
So the government is giving them the money for them to become documented.
But they're going to need that money to survive.
I don't understand.
Food, shelter.
Well, if it's only
You
10,000,
name
you
it.
have
You name it.
5,000 left. You can live off of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
But they're not going to give it to you at one shot. Didn't they say it's a recurring thing? Hence
First
to
of
go
all,
up.
the fact that they're even entertaining giving undocumented people money in the first place is a slap in the face to those that actually follow the rules. Why, as Americans, this is my question, why, as Americans, do we have to follow all the rules or, get fined, be arrested, but undocumented people who are living here illegally get money handed to them? I don't care if they, spread it out over time. No, what are you talking about? Give me shit. I'm a single parent. Give me the 15,000 in one lump sum.
Well, you get tax breaks. That's your money.
That's
your
my
back.
money. I get tax breaks.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Hey, rich people, y'all the ones being taxed because they ain't coming out of my pocket.
They get
Y'all
tax-
the ones being taxed for this.
They
How
get
y'all
tax
feel?
They get tax breaks too. They get, look. Everything has their own. I'm not saying that they should get it, but the money that they allowed here, I had this thought. I went to what they call it, Burlington Coat Factory, the other day. Check this out. I walked in there.
I had to.
I
in my
don't.
mind, I had to see.
I know you. I know you was in your head. I walked in there, right, and I'm thinking, I'm like the only black person in here.
Well, which one are you going to?
I was right here in.
Well, that be
In
true. Let me
Paramus.
keep it 100 with you
I
because
didn't care.
several that I go to is all Spanish people up in there.
Yeah, I didn't care. I don't care about what the race they were, but I was like, I'm the only black guy in here. Hence, meaning like, I don't want to say just American, but natural born citizen. Guesstimating. I'm not shitting on anybody like that. Probably a couple white folks somewhere, whatever. We in Paramus, but pretty much, if you ain't speak Spanish, that wasn't gonna be the spot for you.
Okay.
I'm in there and something hits me, right? When I think about this, I'm like, holy shit. They have to bring these people in here because the black people with more education are now spacing out the amount they have in kids. Never mind this whole, I want to change your gender and make you sexless, right? Well, non-creatable in a sense.
Okay.
With this theory that everybody else goes on.
Okay.
The more education you have, usually the less kids you have. My grandparents before had fucking at least 6 kids. And before they had more. They had 12.
I wanted 5. Dang.
Can you afford
With
5?
education.
Can you afford 5? Your education tells you can't afford it. That's why you're not getting popped up now.
Mm-hmm.
But if you wasn't thinking that way about education, you would have been popped up. I got Lucy, Betty, Kevin,
First of all, my
Sanchez.
kids have regular names and they're
Lucy,
strong
Betty,
names.
and Jen is regular
I don't
names.
like Lucy and
Yeah,
Betty. Don't
whatever.
be playing me out.
Whatever. So, whatever. But
Originality, Mocha,
and Lexus right corner. That's it.
and it's the L apostrophe.
Lexus. What? They are growing so fast. I'm like, they're gonna take us probably within 2 years.
Yeah, because every time
You
you see a
need that.
Spanish couple or family, it's like a family of 15.
So think about
And
it.
she's pregnant with another one.
But here's the funny part. I'm like, most of these people come in here and end up voting Republican. That's the kicker. They don't end up voting Democrat. They love the Democrats' policies because it allows them to come in, it allows them to get money, it allows them to get that. But
Says
they all
the
come
people
from
that
these
have the Biden
countries.
shirts on when they come into the country.
Yeah.
Biden that you don't know about apparently.
Or just talk about the kids. I thought you were going to go on the kids. Did you hear what the kids are saying when they come here?
No.
My parents are already here. I just need to be reconnected to them. And this is the time they told me
This
to
is
come.
something that they've talked
But-
about before, saying that when they come here, they already have connections here. in
Trump
this
already
country.
said this. I'll give credit when credit due. He said this his second year. We dismissed him. I give credit when credit's due.
I
don't
didn't
care if you
dismiss
don't
him.
like
I paid attention. I was like, he's saying something that makes sense, but I mean, the hatred overshadowed everything.
You're right, and we don't have an accurate count of how many people are in America, whether illegal or not. We don't have an accurate count.
I think we do have an accurate account. Let's pretend like they are smart and they do know what they're doing. That I think we do have an account. That's why, they always trust and believe. The government knows where everybody is. It's just a matter of do they feel like going after these people or not.
So no, here's the deal. You're right at that point, but when I say accurate count, I go by what they put in the media and what the government puts on their website.
They put what they want us to know. They don't put everything.
That's what I'm saying. We don't have an accurate count, and now they know we don't have an accurate count. We can't just say we got a couple 100 million, or if they say we have 300 million people in America, and you're at 100 million, and then 70% of the people ain't got shots, legal or not.
Now they're getting their asses handed to them because the friendly, press that was all for Biden Harris, they're now getting aggravated because it's like, okay, we've been asking you, you're playing us for stupid. There's not but so many times you can spin this.
Right.
I mean, the people coming in with your damn shirt on. What the heck are you saying? Now you talk about you want us to finish the wall because it's a problem. You put Harris on it, but Harris ain't saying nothing. She traveling to get ice cream.
Harris,
have some, what is it? Is she biding her time till you croak? Like, what is the situation?
Harris can't do nothing, and Biden is out here writing checks. Hopefully we catch a check.
A check for what?
He's just writing checks for everything. This boy's saying about to give you another fourth stimulus and a payment plan if you got kids.
Where is the money coming from? Is his
our future,
plan,
our taxes, and the future generation.
Where is the money coming from? Is he really going to tax all the rich? Because
of course not.
No, they just got on him. The Democrats, that's why they switched.
Social Security is done. By the time
that's been done. We knew he knew he wasn't getting that.
Taking robbing Peter to pay Paul, but again, pulling the wool. What can I do to keep them happy? Keep giving them stimulus. 5 years, they're going to pay for it. But for right now, keep giving it to them. They're going to shut up.
They said 8 holdout Democrat people talking about because he already put a plan in that he was going to tax everybody. Not even the rich. Everybody. We owe so much money. Forget the national debt. We owe so much from last year we got to pay back. And they know that.
So basically what's going to end up happening is... Okay, so this is what's going to happen. Republicans are going to wait in a wing. Now, I don't know if they're coming back as the Republicans or if they're going to come back as something else. They're going to wait quietly in the wing and just wait because this is one of their talking points to win the office back because they're going to show you how the Democrats just went a buck and a fool. And now we're going to, if they play their cards right, you have to lay it out for people. They don't catch on. A lot of people are visual. So that means that you have to really map it out for people to show them what's going to happen if we keep moving like this with the Democrats. Y'all sitting here saying, well, Republicans don't want us to have for a reason because they know the implications later on. That's what we don't know. So now they got to spell that out. But that's if they come back as a Republican Party or if they come back as some other party. You got people building the Americans First Party, or maybe that's Trump's slogan for 2024. I think it's not Americans First, it's Make America First Again. I don't know. I think it's probably Make America First Again, something like that, or Make Americans First. But you also have some other people calling it the Patriot Party. Like more parties are starting to be formed. But I thought that Diddy wanted to create a black party. Like what happened to that? And Biden, did you ever meet with Ice Cube? Or is it not our time yet? You gonna get back to us in your 4th year, right? Maybe I should ask Ice Cube. Is he gonna get to you now, December, or in the 4th year?
Man, listen, Ice Cube gonna give you Friday 4 before you get back to him.
I'm just asking because this is like really crucial information that we should know. Because remember, the black vote and black women, and trans women, black trans women, they're men, but they're women.
Let's say Trump had the greatest thing, just close the border.
But that was a problem for everybody.
So now you're closing in the new people who are going to vote for you. That were one of the growing class. And the Asians are up and down.
That's the Democrats.
They can't really go over them.
That's the Democrats. Nobody, it has nothing to do with votes. It's all about, first of all, you got, where the hell are these people going? Where are these people going that come in here? Where the heck are they going?
The Midwest. They're look.
So now I can't go to Texas.
So
You wasn't going.
have you been to Texas to see it? I'm like, look, wherever you go around
Dallas
certain
looks
areas,
nice.
okay, go to Dallas, and I want you to keep a count. How many folks you see? Whitey, blackie, Spanish.
I've
Whitey,
noticed from certain people's
click,
accounts
click.
in Dallas, I've seen the white people all together. And I'm not trying to be racist.
No,
I've
no,
seen
no.
the white
yeah.
people huddled together,
Sure, that's
and
what
they
Sean
party
says.
with white folks.
Exactly.
I've seen the black folks together. I've noticed that there's a division because white people know where the white people are at. Black folks know where the black people are at. And I feel bad for Texas because that's not fair to the people that live in Texas. Why are they coming to Texas? And a lot of people were moving to Texas because Texas was the spot. But because Texas is the spot, you figure, no, I need to tax my folks in New York. I don't want them moving to Texas, so I need to figure out a way to block them from going. Take all the migrants, move them to Texas.
Yeah.
Block them.
It's the first way in. They're down there in Florida, but here's a kicker. Here's the kicker.
Where in Florida?
What do you mean, where in Florida? All up and down that first where the Gulf Coast is. They come in there, but they're getting, I don't want to say overrun, but they get a lot of pushback from the Cubans that are already there. Spanish hate Spanish. Everybody hate. Everybody hate.
My gosh, we can't just get along. I want to go to
Y'all
Cuba.
Y'all laugh. But with the divide within,
Dominican and vice versa.
yeah, and that's another issue that will come up. We'll see. Mark my words. I think 5 years. You'll see the Islanders.
Okay, the Islanders.
The Islanders hate against the South Americans.
Wow, all this hate.
You laugh, but it's gonna be
I
there.
didn't laugh. I just
It's
said
gonna
all
be a
this
new
hate.
class. They're gonna be like, are you South American Spanish or are you Island
I
Spanish?
don't know.
I swear to
starting there. I
goodness,
don't-
it's gonna be like, wait, what? Huh?
I don't
Yo.
have the patience for all that. I really don't care where
I
you're
know.
from.
I know,
Just don't affect me from going to where I need to go.
but it's gonna affect you when it comes down to taxes, when it comes to payments, when it comes to this. Look, they're already talking about they're already taking away the tax breaks that what you get. So, however much you get for a child, you get something back. I don't. So they're saying they're cutting that in half already when it comes down to 2022 when you
Well,
filing.
So many fathers gonna get their kids back because that's the reason.
Shut up. You can have them now.
Yeah.
There you go.
If it was, I'm telling you, people
Claim
say
them.
whatever you want. Yo, if it wasn't for the financial benefits, women wouldn't want their kids.
So
Oh,
before
my
we close
Lord.
the show, I have a quick question, just something to ponder. If we keep talking about abortion and we're using abortion as a means of birth control now for black women, and a woman's right with her body to do whatever she wants, and if she wants that damn abortion and screw all men, then can we have an adult open conversation about child support?
Yeah.
And how men go to jail for non-payment of child support. But when do men get rights? So if a woman can say it's her body, her choice, and she can go ahead and have an abortion, but the man doesn't want that abortion, what's his right? He doesn't have any rights, right?
No.
But if a man says he doesn't want the baby, but she wants the baby, and he would rather her get rid of the baby, and she decides to have the baby anyway, where are his rights? Because she could slap him with, child support, but he didn't want this child. He specifically said it was your body, right, but it's also my choice too. And my choice was for you not to have this baby. So if she has a choice and he has a choice,
Too much money in the court
That's
system.
but
Too much money in the court system.
here's my counter to that, and it's not even from the mother or the father. If that mother ever goes on the system and the system wants to be repaid, hence when they come with a lot of child support, something has to enact in that. If you're like, daddy signed away his rights, right? Let's say that was a thing, and it is a thing in some parts. But if daddy signed away his rights, how can we go on? The system may want to get you with the child support issue, so that mom will be on the hook once the kid even 18. She's gonna owe whatever is back. You see what I'm saying? Usually they go after the pops.
so now it goes after the mother.
If that was the case, I'm cool with it. You got it. You get it over back. I'm
so
cool with
are
it.
you cool with if you sleep with a woman and she decides to have the baby, but you didn't want the baby, and you go on record saying, I don't want this child,
Yeah.
that's her responsibility, not mine.
I'd be cool. I wish they would have something where you could sign away your rights like that. Then it would be really bad because abortions would be through the sky roof. I think because once that paper come out, or somebody
I don't
signs
think
away.
abortions would be through the sky roof. I think that if that was an actual thing, an actual something in place for that, women would be more careful about getting pregnant
That
because
too.
and men.
So then,
well,
right? I'm with you.
because
I'm with you.
Now it's like I don't know this dude. I'm not going to be as reckless as I was
That's
before
it, yeah.
because he can always say,
I'm
now,
out.
Celebrity men, all these women trying to trap them, and then they can say, I signed my rights away. That's all he has to say. Sign the paperwork, end the conversation. He ain't got nothing to do with this kid. That means you thought you was getting a payday.
Yeah.
You ain't getting nothing. Now you on the hook.
Contracts, baby. We talk about that all the time. Contracts.
Well, that's contracts, but for everybody who's not making millions of dollars.
I don't
Right,
care-
right,
I don't
right.
care
Just
if you
anybody.
For
make
regular
$5 a week.
folks.
If you make $5 a week, you should have a contract. The moment you start dating, there should be a contract. If you ever get pregnant, we split everything down the middle 50-50. Long as she signed
Yeah,
that,
but even if
she's
she's
bounded
No.
by that.
she's talking about
contract.
even just like a one night stand. Like,
I'm
oh
talking-
man,
yeah.
Jeff was cute, so I want Jeff to go in
Oh,
me, but
we going
now
bowling.
whatever.
You're going to pay for yours. I'm going to sign this contract right here.
Oh, hell no. You ain't
You
taking
can-
me bowling. I got to pay for my stuff by
We can,
myself. That's not a date.
You can sign via email now. You can electronic sign.
All right. Show's over because he's foolish. Ain't nobody doing that.
Good lord, good lord.